As we get closer to December, more and more holiday decorations will pop up around the metro, and tomorrow night, the holidays will take over the Power and Light District with the unveiling of this year's holiday windows on Main. Artist Michael Sandbothe is designing one of this year's windows. Thanks for joining us. So for people who aren't familiar with it, what are holiday windows on Main Street?
It's an annual event in the Power and Light District. This is in its third year, and local artists compete to have the best window decorations. It's actually competitive to do your design and get in. And this year we have a theme. It's a whimsical wonderland.
Nice. There are a lot of windows down there. How many artists are involved typically?
I don't know. I think
hundreds.
Yeah, I think we've got at least 10 people, 10 artists, but it might be more than that.
Nice. All right, so how are you and your partner, Catherine Hogan, how are you guys connected to the Kansas City art community?
Catherine is an art director at Hallmark, and she's been either doing wedding stationery in her own business or working at Hallmark for the past decade. And I work out of the Bauer Machine Works building down in the Crossroads District. I'm a sculptor, primarily a toy sculptor, and I do some ornaments for Hallmark keepsakes.
We're seeing some pictures right now of some window designs from years past. How are you guys coming up with this year's window concept and design? I saw that you brought us something today.
Yeah. Catherine, my partner on this project, she's a great resource for coming up with ideas like this. We use a technique called quilling. This is all made out of paper.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. And this is the first time I've done it. I made this particular piece. This is a kind of a small piece of the larger project. Usually it's done really tiny, like on greeting cards, and Catherine decided we should scale it up and
go big or go home.
Exactly. And I didn't really know this was going to work until I started to get it all together, and we're really pleased with it. This basically you roll up pieces of paper.
Yeah.
On this is just a regular bamboo skewer like you can get at the grocery store, and it's amazing what you can do with a little paper and some Sobo glue from the craft.
Now, how long did that take?
Well, that was the first time I've done it, and it took me probably 2.5 or 3 hours.
That's nothing. That's outstanding. So what other things are you using, you know, for installation and equipment? I mean, what are you using to make your window, per se?
We were lucky enough to have a nice background. We had a space that we could paint. They give us a budget, a small budget to work with if we get accepted into the competition. So we went down to Sherwin-Williams and headed down there, painted. It's pretty simple stuff. Fishing line, some Velcro, foam core, and just mostly a lot of work after that.
And what's the biggest benefit of the holiday event?
I think, you know, the Power and Light District is a new part of our community, and there's a lot of businesses down there that have had to make it through the recession, like right after they got going. And right next to the Power and Light District, we have this kind of homegrown, grassroots built community of the Crossroads Arts District that's been building up for at least the past 30 years. In the past 10 years, it's just boomed.
Boom.
And I just absolutely love our art community. I can't believe how strong it is. We have so many artists in from like New York and Chicago and LA that this is a place they can afford to live. And this is a project that respects the fact that we are professionals as artists and involves us in the two communities and kind of brings us together, because it's culturally, even though they're right next to each other, the art community and Power and Light are quite different.
What should people expect when they mosey down to P&L tomorrow? The event kicks off, so we'll talk about that. We're
going to have, there'll be a Christmas tree lighting, and there's going to be carolers, and the Marching Cobras will be down there, which is like my favorite thing. If anything can get you warmed up and get your heart beating, it's those guys. And I think there might be a few surprises too. I've heard about hot chocolate, maybe some marshmallow roasting, and maybe a mariachi band.
A very holiday-themed event. So
yes.
Thank you, Michael. That's
Thank
awesome.
you, Michael.
Good luck with your window.